What drives you, exile? Is it justice? Revenge? Honor? No. It is power. We felt your deeds. Felt their shockwaves ripple through the void. You have our attention. Now you must keep it. Your limits will be tested. The stars themselves will bear silent witness. How far will you bend before you break? Drives you, exile? Is it justice? Revenge? Honor? No. It is power. You have our attention. Now you must keep it. Your limits will be tested.
Hey guys, Dante here, back on another little video. And in this one, I'll be showing you guys one of my personal and all-time favorite builds that I've ever played. And I mean, I played this build like in the past leagues and Inquisitor and stuff like that. And I just love the skill, and it's really, really fun. It's probably not what would some people say is the best in the current league, but it gets the job done really, really good. And of course, I'm talking about Spark. We're going Spark with a lot of proj speed, a lot of cast speed, and a lot of damage thanks to our friendly Doryani's Mercenary. Now, before we get into the video, into the build exactly, let's go over the Mercenary, right? I'm using a Fallen Reverend, which gives me Wrath and Zealotry. Now this is very important because we are obviously going Doryani, so we're scaling the enemy's negative lightning resistance to -200. And we are buffing ourselves using a two double influence weapons, which gives us Wrath has 40% increased aura effect on both of them, and Ancestral Call. This I believe Hobgun made a video about this. The AoE from Ancestral Call, increased AoE, helps because this guy is sometimes hella slow in maps, and he'll be like one screen behind, but thanks to the Ancestral Call increased aura effect, you will have 99.9% of the time uptime on the auras. So that's the weapons that I got on him. I'm using just resistance and life regeneration gear for the rest. Perkle Stove for lightning damage is lucky, which is very good. I'm using a reflected negative resist cogwork ring with resists. Again, you could go for the damage recouped as life. Replica Alberons for the reflect immunity. Holmes Binding with Wrath Aura Effect, Perkle Stove with Wrath Aura Effect, and Influence Anointed. So we're getting a total of, let me check my POB. We're getting a total of 130% increased Wrath Aura Effect just from these 4 items. So yeah. Also, I got a nerf on the gloves, and just Fist taken his fire and Fist damage recouped his life. So yeah, that's the Merc, buffing him up with buffing Wrath up like hell, and buffing ourselves up in the meantime. So how does the build work? We are stacking a lot of proj speed. As you can see, I got 2 weapons with proj speed. I got proj speed on the tree, and we are just stacking a lot of lightning damage. As you can see, like we have a lot of added lightning damage, and we are socketing that in the gloves. We're using a multi-link glove. There's literally no secret sauce to the build. This has been done multiple leagues, and Spark is a thing. I'm not reinventing the wheel over here, so just stacking pure damage and a lot of survivability as well. So yeah, nothing too secret, nothing revolutionary on the tree as well, just spell damage, cast speed, and stuff like that. We're gonna get into the tree once we get there. Power charge stacking for even more damage, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's get into the build. Like I said, I'm using Spark with socketed in my gloves. My gloves are a multi-link glove. I've crafted these with Essences of Horror until I got either T1 faster casting or T1 spells have critical strike multiplier. Then I lock suffixes, reforge caster, it guarantees the other mod, and then I elevated. And then I basically did the same, lock suffixes, reforge caster, got the suffix back, and then I lock suffixes again, reforge speed. Faster projectiles is the only speed prefix that you can get on the gloves. And then I elevated again. Luckily I hit the second suffix, and then I lock suffixes again, reforge speed again. You can see this is a pretty costly craft. And until I got T1 faster projectiles. Then I basically wasted like 50 divines trying to get energy shield. Fortunately I did get it in the end, and this is my pair of gloves. And I got Spark, linked to Awaken Spell Echo, Inspiration Support, and Power Charge on crit, so to guarantee ourselves power charges. In my helmet I have a triple ES helmet with int and RMR. I need the mana reservation efficiency to be able to use all my auras. In the helmet, I have Frost Shield, Sigil of Power, Increased Area of Effect, and Arcane Surge. This basically I only proc them on pinnacle bosses, map bosses. You do not need to use these. These are just strictly for single target uber pinnacle bosses. How you craft this helmet? You can either fracture it yourself, pretty self-explanatory, nothing too fancy over there. You either fracture it yourself, and then I personally spammed essences of WoW until I got my triple prefixes. You can get one prefix, one T1 prefix, and then you can do prefixes cannot be changed, reforge defense. That's exactly how I did to get mine. And then I just Eldritch currency crafted until I got int, and then I crafted spell suppression. If you get spell suppression somewhere else, you could get you could craft something else, like I don't even know if rarity is a suffix anymore. But yeah, that's my helmet. In my wand, I have my mobility skills, Frostblink, Spell Echo, and faster casting. Honestly, it is really fast and kind of hard to control sometimes. So if this proves to be too annoying for you, just remove the Spell Echo, and it should be more manageable. Still fast, but more manageable. Okay, so yeah, mobility. The way you craft this wand is you either fracture yourself the increased projectile speed. That's exactly what I did for both my wands. I started crafting everything from scratch. So I fractured the increased projectile speed. I essence spammed until I hit T1 lightning damage to spells. And then to guarantee yourself the +1, because you can't have triple suffixes, you can roll attack mods, and then you augment lightning to guarantee the +1. Although, be it, you could be unlucky and remove one of your prefixes. It's a bit of RNG. If you didn't have the fracture projectile speed, you can have 3 crafted modifiers, cannot roll attack speed, and prefixes cannot be changed, and then will guarantee removing 1 crafted mod and guaranteeing you the +1 lightning. Then what I did is prefixes cannot be changed, Vel Chaos until I got a mod that I wanted, which was double damage while focused, or on this one, crit multi while a rare unique enemy is nearby. This is my personal preference. You can get cast speed, arcane surge, or stuff like that. Basically just POB it and see which one gives you more damage. I crafted cast speed on this one and crit multi on this one. Again, POB it, see what gives more damage and which gives you more quality of life. Same crafting method on this one. This one needs to be divined a bit better though. For the boots, I'm using a Abyss Socket boots. Again, I self-crafted this myself. I wanted to fracture the Abyssal Socket because then it would be easier to get the prefixes done, but I was unlucky. I fractured the prefix, and then I basically did Abyssal Sockets until I got the T1 int, and then just meta crafting with Eldritch Currency until I got the T2. I settled for T2. I wasn't going for more because I was really unlucky with some crafts, and yeah, I just gave up and said, screw it, the T2 is good. Even so, with T2 is a 320 ES pair of boots with movement speed, int, and Abyssal Socket and Suppress. In my Abyssal Socket, I got the Corrupted Blood immunity with added spell damage while dual wielding. We're dual wielding, so we're getting a bunch of flat added damage over there. For my chest piece, I am using a Global Defenses Necrotic Armor with, again, T2. Like I said, was settled on T2. But even so, it's like over 3000 evasion and 600 energy shield base. With int and suppression. The way I crafted this, I fractured the Global Defenses. Basically essence spammed until T1 spell suppression. And then Eldritch Currency for the prefixes. Mage Blood for quality of life and survivability. Just this fixes all my resistances and gives me Onslaught for my flask. If you don't want to run Onslaught, you could run a what's that flask? the spell suppression flask. If you don't want to buy tattoos or stuff like that, dish the onslaught flask. You will lose damage, you will lose cast speed, but you can get the spell suppression flask. I forgot the name. This one here, a quartz flask, basically gives you 19 suppression or 18 spell suppression. Just use this one and you're good to go. Okay, for my amulet, I am using a focused amulet with +1/+1, which converts into +2. I did basically the way you craft this is you chaos spam for +1 all spell skill gems. You do cannot roll attack mods, augment lightning. It guarantees you the all lightning skill gems, and then you do prefixes cannot be changed. Reforge crit. I got unlucky and hit T4, but this is very expensive anyway, and I'm not gonna do it again. And for my ring, I'm using a +1 power charge ring. I know it's pretty expensive, but I mean, we're over a month into the league, so screw it. I got the base for, I think it was 250 divines, just the base. I got really lucky from the guide. It had 2% reduced mana cost of skills, bumping my spark to 2 mana, which is very nice. I can sustain it forever. I crafted it with essences of Scorn until I hit T1 int and I hit T2 cast speed. I said like screw it. Suffix cannot be changed. Reforge, not reforge, Veil Chaos for the mana and reduce mana cost. After you Veil Chaos, make sure to block life. You craft life on your bench, and then you are almost guaranteed the mana mod, but it just depends to have the either reduce mana cost one or something else, or the regen, I think. And then I blocked life again, did one Exalt Slam, got T4ES, good enough, non-channeling, and we're good. So yeah, for the flask, I'm using Ball of Faith. This is for like Uber bosses and stuff like that. You don't really need it for normal mapping. You could use Wine of the Prophet or whatever flask you really want. Ruby flask with stun, Topaz flask with curse effect, reduce reflected damage so I can run all mods, onslaught with crit. Those are my flasks. This caps my resistances pretty nicely. Even I can take some altars when I'm mapping with reduced mana. Alright, in my other one I have like cast one damage taken, summon stone golem, immortal call, Arcanist brand, sniper's mark, and tornado on this one. So I just use this on Uber bosses to get sniper's mark and tornado. And my auras are flesh and stone, arctic armor, discipline, purity of elements, enlighten, and clarity. Now why am I running a level 1 clarity is because I'm using a Watcher's Eye with gain energy shield per enemy hit and non-channelings -10 mana cost while affected by clarity. So it's purely a quality of life Watcher's Eye with some survivability, I guess, even though the Trickster ascendancy gives you overleech. Alright, so that's the gear, the flasks. Let's go over what jewels I have. Let's go from over here. I'm using a timeless jewel with Dominus, the Militant Faith. So 3% more spell damage per power charge. I got 7 power charges. And I need to unspec this. Oops. This was before I respec. You don't need that. There we go. You can generate frenzy charges, but I use this for leveling. 3% more spell damage per power charge. I got 7 power charges. That's 21% more spell damage per power charge. Okay. Over here, I have a large cluster jewel with 35% increased effect. Aura attributes, attack and cast speed with lightning skills, and 12% to maximum energy shield. And we're taking all the nodes here, getting a lot of bonuses. And over here, I got 2 mediums with Streamlight Repeater, both of them. And I'm using a Forbidden Flesh and Flame combo, which allocates Deadly Infusion. What is Deadly Infusion? It is a Assassin Ascendancy, which gives you 5% critical strike multiplier per power charge. So I got 7, that's 35% crit multi, plus you get a lot of base crit while you're at maximum power charges. We're always at max power charges because we got power charge on crit. There you go. Now, My Watcher's Eye, I already explained that one. And over here I got a, I'm still leveling this character. I got a Overshock, Prismatic Hire, and Widespread Destruction large cluster. So you want Overshock with the increased effect of lightning elements, so you get a bigger shock. And Prismatic Heart for increased elemental damage and some good all-res. Alright, I got a rare jewel with crit multi ES. And I got another one ready to go, just waiting for my next level with crit multi ES. Alright. Let's go over what we got over here. So I'm using an Impossible Escape next to Necromantic Aegis, which gives me a lot of good quality of life and damage stuff. So you get increased skill effect duration, you got Ash, Frost, and Storm, you got reduced mana cost of skills, I got a bunch of ES, I got more increased spell damage. I'm using a classic, we will say at this point in the league, Unnatural Instinct and the Light of Meaning combo. Now I know this is very expensive. This gives me around 2.5k energy shield. If this is out of your budget, just buy a lightning damage Light of Meaning and socket it right here. Okay, what else am I rocking here? I think that's it. That's most of my jewels. So, about the tree, I'm taking skill effect duration, proj and proj pierce, and proj speed, crit multi, suppress, and stuff like that. Now, what I got here is a Runegraft, the reduced attributes and increased global defenses one. Really good, really solid. And I got another one somewhere. Where did I put it? Over here. The warp buffs on you expire slower, debuffs expire faster, really high quality of life. And yeah, more crit, CI, cast speed, cast mastery for farm and abyss. Okay, well, let me just socket in that jewel I got right there. Bam, look at that, beautiful, more damage. Can't believe I forgot to unspec those. Anyway, moving forward, let's see, what did I not talk about? Oh yeah, so for the Ascendancy, we are taking Escape Artist. There's classic Trickster stuff with the Evasion Energy Shield from Body Armor and Helmet. I got 4+4 to Evasion rating per 1 max Energy Shield from Equipped Helmet. My Energy Shield has 573. And I'm getting Soul Drinker, which gives you the 2% of damage Leecher's Energy Shield, and you're getting Overleech basically. Action speed cannot be modified below base value, pretty good, and Polymath. So yeah, that's the tree, the gear, the gems, everything. Yeah, I don't know, I just like Spark. I wanted to play Spark. I mean, I got a lot of NTX for it. I got 3 of them. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's not as meta as it used to be in the previous leagues, but I don't know, I'm having fun with it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Alright, I think that would be most of it. Yeah, if you guys got any questions or stuff like that, just make sure to drop a comment and let me know. I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. As always, until next time, take care and stay safe.